What is going on, everybody? It's the Franz, and we're here for AEW on TBS review for August the 3rd, 2022. On the road to All Out, we got our first match pretty much teased and announced for that match show, even though it hasn't been probably made official yet, but we'll get to that. Now, before we get to the show tonight, there was an announcement by AEW and a press release put out that they were expanding they're expanding roles in talent relations with Sanjay Dutt, QT Marshall, Tony Schiavone, and Pat Buck, I believe too, getting more responsibilities and being promoted, and also the hiring of one former Knockouts champion in Madison Rain, who has been brought in to coach the women's division, and this is great. I think we're gonna all sit here and remember that, like, we're gonna all agree that one of the weakest parts about AEW is their women's division. The men's is great, the tag is great. We're gonna have a trios division eventually here soon, but the women's division, it just half the time it just feels like it's an afterthought. Like Tony and whoever it is goes into go what's going to be the start of the show and what's going to be the main event. They go through all the stuff that matters, and then the women's division just feels like it's an afterthought. It's the last thing that they ever want to book for the show when they're putting these shows together. It's just like, hey, where's the TBS champion been over the last 3 weeks? We have not seen Jay Cargill in a while. Apparently, during the Dark Elevation tapings tonight, because that's what they do before the show, Madison Rain was on commentary for the women's match. Jay Cargill got involved, got into her face, and they had some verbal words, and it's going to lead to Madison Rain making her AEW in-ring debut on Friday live on Rampage against Layla Gray. Which I find kind of hilarious because Tony Khan was asked, or I think it was on Busted Open or something, was asked, would Madison Rain be wrestling for AEW? And he said he didn't outright deny that she was. He didn't say yes or no. He said, yeah, we have people in office who wrestle. QT Marshall is one of them, I believe. Well, Sanjay, that's been on TV as a character since Ring of Honor's Super Card of Honor show, and there's other ones too. But we don't even wait 24 hours, and Madison Rain is having her. It's been announced for her in-ring debut this coming Friday. That is great for her. It's going to be great because people do love Madison Rain. Now, I will be honest, when Madison Rain first started in Impact Wrestling, wasn't a big fan of her. She just was another pretty face to go out there and get all the boys to woo over. But eventually she became a very good. She was very good. Her mic skills got better. She's multiple time champion, multiple time tag team champion. And definitely is going to be great to hopefully help get this women's division right up to where it needs to be. You have Athena, Ruby Soho, Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, just to name a few. Chris Statlander's getting up in there. And there is no excuse why this women's division should feel so lifeless half the time. It just feels like they don't care about the women's division. Hopefully, Tony Khan takes all the power for the women's division and puts it on Madison Rain and gives Madison Rain. I mean, not NXT. Impact Wrestling has Gail Kim running their women's division. She's doing a fantastic job from what I hear. Madison Rain needs to be the one running the women's division in AEW, plain and simple. Congratulations to Madison being hired. Can't wait to see what she does on Friday with Layla Gray. That show is going to be live. Congratulations to everyone else who got promotions from Tony Schiavone to T. Marshall. Now I'm not going to go over them because it's a bunch of corporate list it's a full list of what their jobs are, and I really don't care. As long as they're out there and they take some of the responsibility from Tony Khan and get it off his plate and helps make this a lot more easier for things to restructure it a bit and make the backstage in AEW flow a lot more than it probably has been. So good on it, especially with Tony Khan trying to get Ring of Honor TV and he also wants to run and book Ring of Honor as well. It's good to see that other people are going to be taking up some responsibilities to help keep AEW and get AEW on going up instead of falling down eventually, which would happen eventually if the guy in charge is trying to do everything. So we started the show with Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. Now, I know a lot of people give Orange Cassidy big time hate. I don't know why. Orange Cassidy has been as an AEW original. He has been here since day one. Anybody who has hate for Orange Cassidy, oh, he's just a comedy guy. Oh, he shouldn't be doing this. Oh, he shouldn't. Wardlow should have squashed him. Jay Lethal went out here and they had a banger of the match. There was the only comedy spot that you saw in this match was Orange Cassidy was doing the light kicks to Jay Lethal on the outside as he's trying to crawl away from him. Cassidy's trying to set up for the kick for his big shebang kick. And Jay Lethal crawls all the way to the top of the ramp. Satnam Singh comes out to confront him when the best friends had Trent Beretta sitting on Chuck Taylor's shoulders with a big huge jacket on to try and have a little fun there. That got a big laugh out of the fans, and that was it. Cassidy got him back in the ring. They continued to have their match. It lasted 15 minutes. Lethal injection. After the big story towards the end of the match was Cassidy got nailed, got caught with a dragon screw, and Jay Lethal worked on that leg for the remainder of the match, trying to get him in a figure. He had him in a figure four, tried to beat him with the figure four. Cassidy was able to roll around and get out of that. In the end, he's trying to go for the orange punch, and he cut his knee buckles. He tries to get up again. He tries 3 times, and on the 3rd time, Lethal kicks the leg out, hits the lethal injection. 1, 2, 3. Jay Lethal picks up the win. After the match, Singh and Dutt come to the ring. Dutt trolls Lethal before asking him for his thoughts about Wardlow. After he stared down Lethal had on Rampage, Lethal calls Wardlow out to the ring because he's going to lock in the figure 4 on Cassidy and break his leg. The best friends run down the ring, followed by Wardlow. He is pissed off. Lethal, Singh, and Dutt all leave. Wardlow wants a fight. Dutt's like, oh, you want to do this right now? You really want to do this right now? My boy just went through a 15-minute fight and he beat Orange Cassidy. How is that fair? You're fresh as a daisy. This dude's sweating bullets. So how about this? Battle of the Belts 3. Jay Lethal, Wardlow, TNT Championship. Wardlow says, Columbus, welcome to Wardlow's world, and says, I don't care when, where, or wherever, I'm going to smash your ass and still be TNT champion. So that match is going to be happening this coming Saturday, taped on Friday. We get a video package Choke winning the FTW title from Ricky Starks. Back at ringside, out comes the Undisputed Elite, Adam Cole, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. They make their entrance. It feels so good to hear Adam Cole, baby, again, and see the crowd do it with him. He wants to know he's ready for story time. He said it's great to be back in the ring. He said it's better yet, it's great to be back in the ring with my friends. The bad news is he's not medically cleared still. It says he had a lot of time to reflect on the Undisputed Elite. He says being a leader is about figuring out how to improve and be loyal. He says the 5 of us are the best in the ring, and calls the other men his brothers. He says loyalty is power and success. He says that brings him to the Trios tournament. He's like, Matt, Nick, I'm not medically cleared. O'Reilly's not medically cleared. You're not picking Bobby. So you guys can't do the tournament. The Bucks are like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, whoa, I'm sorry. I haven't been using my words right. It's just you guys aren't going to be medically cleared to do this trios tournament. Just then, Bobby Fish comes from behind on, I believe it was Matt Jackson, and chokes him down. O'Reilly chop blocks the other one. Cole and them just take out all 3 guys. And Cole goes to deliver a super kick. And he gets a super kick. They go to Pillmanize one of the Bucks' neck. Hangman on a Page runs down with his music playing, pipe in hand to make the save. They leave. Page turns around wearing some butterfly jeans for whatever fucking reason. That's more on him. Goes to help Matt up before leaving the ring and walking up slowly, trying to think, is this a good idea? he's still at a loss of what to do. So obviously it looks like the Hungbucks are coming back together. The Hungbucks, which are Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Adam Hangman Page, former trio champions, I believe, in Ring of Honor, are going to be coming back together. The question I have for all of this is, Tony Khan said in a recent interview he would not be bringing the trios championships out until Kenny Omega is coming back. So if Kenny Omega is coming back, but you're doing the Hungbucks with Hangman and the Bucks, what is Kenny Omega doing? If the whole idea for the trios championships was to get Kenny Omega back, what is Kenny Omega doing at All Out? What is Kenny Omega doing with the trios championships? I don't know. I don't get what they are. What's the point of, like, if Kenny Omega has no bearing in the trios tournaments, why did you wait so long to bring those titles out? We have been asking for them for 3 years, and Tony Khan has had them for a very long time, it seems like. Backstage, we hear from John Moxley. He stresses Chris Jericho with a unit match. He says he doesn't care who wins tonight. Friend or enemy, he says, I don't care. Because when that bell rings, I have no respect for anyone. I'm trying to hurt people, split heads, send people to hospitals, even if it's myself. He says they both should be ready for when they step in the ring with him because he's going to fuck them up, pretty much. Very good promo. I could not do it justice. Nobody could do a promo by John Moxley justice. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. So, Christian Cage, apparently earlier in the day, Christian Cage survived near death as Christian Cage, Tony Schiavone is trying to get a word in with Christian Cage, when all of a sudden you see Christian Cage freak out and go, oh, what the fuck? They show the camera over, and Jungle Boy is behind the wheel trying to run Christian Cage over. Of course, it's kind of look goofy because Christian Cage clearly had enough time to get out of the way. So that's going to lead into more later as Jungle Boy gets drug out by security. Thunderstorm, and Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter and the Faker. Jamie Hayter, of course, has to carry the Faker through this match because, for whatever reason, everyone thinks that the Faker is one of the best out there, and she is not. She is absolutely atrocious. So, match happens. Jamie Hayter delivers her finisher, which I don't even know what it's called. Storm accidentally hits Rosa with one of her own and delivers her finisher for the win as Jamie Hayter gets the pin. This leads to Battle of the Belts 3 as even though she didn't pin the champion, Jamie Hayter gets a title shot at Battle of the Belts. I don't know how that works, but okay, whatever. We get a video of Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti from Sammy's vlog a couple weeks ago where they're getting married, with this really pompous voiceover saying they're not going to be here this week because they're getting married. And when we cut to Eddie Kingston, it says no one cares they're getting married. He says that he signed the contract at All Out and mailed it to him, throwing down the challenge for Guevara for Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara at All Out. Yes, let's watch Sammy Guevara get the holy shit kicked out of him and beat out of him at All Out. It's going to be a thing of beauty. We cut to how Powerhouse Hops turned on Ricky Starks last week. We cut the commentary desk where Taz says, you know what? I'm out of the loop with these guys. I'm Taz. Team Taz is done. It's over. It's dead. He wishes the best to his son, to Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Just then, we get new music for Powerhouse Hobbs. It's like a little bit of a remix of his music. It's Powerhouse music. We see the chandelier object above the entranceway down on the ground. It rises up and Powerhouse Hobbs is below it. It's underneath of it. So he comes in to take on Ren Jones. Splash in the corner. Deliver the power slam. Vicious right hand. 1, 2, 3. Powerhouse Hobbs wins in seconds. After the match, Ricky Starks' music hits and he comes to the ring. He delivers some forearms. The referee says something to him. He says something to the referee. The referee distracts him not on purpose, but like Ricky Starks is in such an anger. He's seeing nothing but red. He just says something to the referee, shoves him away, and that allows Powerhouse Hobbs to hit the spine buster, and that is that. So Powerhouse Hobbs start one on this. So basically, this is what I think they can do. Powerhouse Hobbs and Starks should happen at All Out. Nowhere else. It should happen at All Out. Hobbs wins. Hobbs wins, but he beats him, and then he injures him in kayfabe and now we'll write Ricky Starks off. Get Ricky Starks the rest of September off. Let him have a month vacation. The dude has been working his ass off all year. The dude deserves to have a little bit of time off. Give him a little bit of vacation. Let Powerhouse Hobbs go from September, October, and into November into full gear where he takes on Wardlow. Beats Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Holds that title all the way to Double or Nothing. And then Ricky Starks, who spent the last few months working his ass off to get up to prominence again, takes on Powerhouse Hobbs at Double or Nothing and beats him for the TNT Championship. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Let me know what you think about that. Video package of Darby Allin reflecting on his feud with Brody King. Commentary then announced at the coffin match next week for Quake at the Lake. Jim Ross then joins commentary for the second half of the show, replacing Tony Schiavone. Christian Cage comes to the ring, followed by Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. This match was decent. I mean, what I want to say, it's just Matt Hardy is definitely looking like he is just letting himself go or something. He's out there wearing a fucking tank top now during this match. He had to wrestle in a tank top. Dude's really not cute. Like he just looks so disheveled. Like something's up with him. He doesn't look well at all. Goes for an elbow drop off the top rope to the outside through a table, but Christian Cage moves, so he crashes and burns. Kill switch on the inside. 1, 2, 3. Christian Cage picks up the win. After the match, he goes to do a one-man concerto to, of course, to Matt Hardy. Luchasaurus' music hits. He comes down, but he's only a distraction for Jungle Boy to get after Christian Cage, who runs like the little pussy he is, and Jungle Boy has a black shirt with white lettering and says Christian Cage is a pussy across it. Wow. Daniel Garcia is by Tony Schiavone backstage. Garcia says beating Daniel Bryan Danielson last week was the biggest win in AEW history. It's not even close. He tapped out he didn't make him tap out. He passed out, but he tapped out Bryan Danielson. He says this twice. He says, "I'm the Dragon Slayer. Come back when you can and come after me again because I'll slay the dragon again." And I'm thinking, I know the G1's going on right now, but after the G1's over, could we get Shingo Takagi versus Daniel Garcia? Because Shingo Takagi's nickname is the Dragon. Daniel Garcia calls himself the Dragon Slayer. Why not? Back from break, we see a video package of Pac and Connor Mills from AEW Dark after on the All In Championship. Back in the ring, all equal Ethan Page in the ring. Asks, why isn't he on TV every week? Why doesn't he have an action figure? Why isn't he on the bus? And he's like, I agree with you guys. I deserve better. But why would you cheer for that? As Stokely Hathaway makes his way into the ring. And he continues to rant, asking fans, why aren't they buying his merch? Why would he not, when my shirt goes on to AEWshop.com, you're not first in line. But you're first in line for a white thumbs-up t-shirt for Orange Cassidy, CM Punk, and all these other ones. And he says the fans don't have his back before noticing Hathaway's there. Hathaway got to the mic. He's like, give me the mic. Give me the mic. He's like, what are you doing? Drops the mic, says something in his ear. Gives him a business card. Page takes it. Hathaway leaves. Stops at the bottom of the ramp. And just Page comes out. Follows him. Gets right beside him. Stokely just has the smile on his face. Pats him on the back. And walks away. So Stokely Hathaway has got his second client. Just needs one more, and we have ourselves a trio for the Trios Championships. We see Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Anna Jay backstage. Parker and Angelo talk for a bit. Menard and Parker talk for a bit. And then Anna Jay threatens to choke out everybody, including Tony Schiavone, the cameraman, and she goes over to some security bum and chokes him out in a fit of rage. So, okay. It's time for the dumpster match. Here comes the Gun Club. Here comes Bowens, runs out, hits Billy with the trash can. Cassidy tosses him into the side of the dumpster. Bowens hits Austin and Colton with the trash. And then we get the epic rap of Max Caster, who takes shots at the Gun Club. He says they'll make him retire like Vince McMahon. They're more positive than Joe Biden's COVID test. And I love the fucking reaction. Like, what? Like, it's great with everything that he says when he does his raps. But what seals the deal with it is Anthony Bowens just has some of the best reactions that he, like, ever. Like, oh shit, did he just say that? Oh, you can't say it. Like, he's got this look every single time that just kills it. Austin Colton Gun versus the Gun Club versus the Acclaimed in a dumpster match. I haven't seen a dumpster match of any type since the 90s. Which was, of course, Chainsaw Charlie and Mick Foley or Cactus Jack versus the New Age Outlaws. That's where this match comes from. I don't think there's been many dumpster matches in professional wrestling. I'm just saying. So, the Gun Club dominate the first half of this match. They are just beating these guys up. Like, they're just beating them up. They come close to closing the thing on them twice. But that doesn't work out. They end up going up towards the ramp. Colton Gunn with a Colt 45 on Max Caster on the ramp, and then they have the steel grating over by the commentary. He takes Max Caster and suplexes him onto it, and I'm like, dude, that shit's gotta hurt both of you. In the end, Bowens gets Colton out of the table. Then Caster delivers a mic drop from the top to the bottom. Bowens tosses him in the dumpster. They both closed, win over the Acclaimed, win. Nice fun match here. Got a little bit of cookie sheet action there with the Acclaim getting them on them too. Now, after they beat them, they took they harkened back in the day, back in the 1998, whatever it was, and they zip tied the lids closed. So they go, and Bowens is like, we're going to throw this thing off. So they grab it, and they have a hard time doing it just because it didn't want to stay straight. But they get it fastened up, and toss it, and they push it over the side. Unlike when Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie were tossed over where it just landed on the one side, this thing flipped all the way over. The lid was on the floor. Let's just say that. Holy shit, that looked crazy. Main event time: Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho. If Yuta wins, he gets Jericho shot at Quake at the Lake next Wednesday. If he doesn't, then Jericho's going to Quake at the Lake. This was another good match. Jericho. Now Yuta, of course, saw all the tape on Jericho's nose and decided to exploit that. Now, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker came with Jericho. Before the match started, Claudio Castagnoli decided he was going to come down to even the odds. Now, the referee catches Menard and Parker grabbing the ankle of Yuta, and they get ejected. And it looked like Claudio decided to follow them back, so I was thinking, oh, well, Jake hasn't been seen. Sammy's not there. Tay's not there, so maybe we get another screw job finish. But no, they went through this match. No other screwiness shit happened in this match. In the end, Jericho Jericho ends up going for the Judas effect, misses. Yuta gets him in the whatever the fuck his pinning combination that he won against the Best Friends the other week, or last week or the week before. And looks like he's got the win. Jericho gets him into the walls, not the walls, but the Lion Tamer. Makes him tap out, will not let go after the match is over. John Moxley comes down to chase him off. And then he says, Moxley, which I like the fact that they actually had time to do something instead of just like, well, we gotta go, bye. No. He's like, Moxley, you want the last student, the last survivor of the Hurt Dungeon. Next week, you got him. I'm going to stretch your effing ass. You can effing count on it. And that's how the show went off the air. Overall, really, really good show here. The fact that it was a big deal for everybody when the women's match was the second match on the show instead of in the 9:30 block where it usually is. But overall, really good show. Columbus, you turned out and you sounded way better than whatever fucking Houston was trying to do on Monday. That is your AEW view. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Follow me on Minds at the France Club. Follow me on twitch.tv/the France Club, and follow me on Instagram at the France Club. And I'll see you guys on Friday for SmackDown and Rampage. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.